Okay, going over this homework assignment in preparation for the next quiz, we have the measure of angle CXD. Angle CXD is this angle in the diagram. It goes from 126 back to 38, well, from 38 up to 126. And therefore you take the larger number minus the smaller number, and you get your answer, which in this case is 88 degrees. And it also looks like it's close to being a right angle. Next question, the measure of angle DXB. Angle DXB is from 126 to 180, so we subtract those two numbers, 180 minus 126, and you get 54. And the last of these three questions, angle CXB, which is this angle, which its degree measure would be 180 minus 38, subtracting two numbers on the protractor where the sides cross, and you get 142. Next page. If we have the degree measure given and we want to find the number on the protractor where one side crosses, in this case we start from 20 and we want to go forward or towards the larger numbers, 121 degrees, we just take 20 and add to it 121, and we get 141 for that answer. And then you can check your answer by subtracting 141 minus 20, brings you back to the given value. The measure of angle CXD is equal to 21. Moving on, same type of problem, except now we're starting at the larger number and working our way back towards 0, so working our way towards smaller numbers. So if you start at 153 and you subtract 117, you get an answer of 36. So 36 is that answer, and again you can check your answer by subtracting 153 minus 36, which equals 117. Next question. We have the word bisects. Bisects means it's dividing angle CXD into two equal parts. So just like a midpoint on a number line, the coordinate or the number on the protractor that is paired with the ray that is the bisector, it's exactly in the middle between 110 and 30, two places on the protractor that angle CXD are passing. So therefore we're going to we're going to find the average of those two numbers. So therefore the answer to this question is add those two numbers together. Add and divide by 2 will give us the average, or the number in the middle. So we get 140 divided by 2 is equal to 70. Then you can check your answer. So if this is 70, from 30 up to 70, that's an angle that measures 40 degrees on the side. And from 70 up to 110, you subtract those two numbers and you find that angle is 40. As you can see, we have a 40-degree angle on each side of ray XY, so therefore that is the bisector. Next problem. Now if we have the ray XY as the bisector, if we can find the measure of angle CXY, this angle, from the measure of angle YXD is going to be the same thing. So therefore we'll just be starting at 79 and going up to whatever number. So the first thing we have to do is find the measure of angle CXY. To find the measure of that, we subtract 79 minus 36, and we get 43. So now, if this angle is 43 on the left, this angle on the right, angle YXD has to be 43. So if you start at 79 and go to the right 43, you end up at 122. And you can check that answer. Next problem. We want to use the angle addition postulate. Angle AXB is 32. And the angle adjacent to it, angle BXC, is 92. So the angle addition postulate states that those two adjacent angles, their measures, will add to equal the measure of the angle formed by the exterior sides, which is angle AXC. So therefore, 32 plus 92 is equal to 124. So angle AXC is equal to 124. Next problem, technically using the angle addition postulate, says that measure of angle AXB is 31. The measure of angle AXC, this entire angle, that is equal to 123. Find the measure of the angle adjacent to the 31-degree angle. So in other words, you're saying 31 plus something equals 123. In other words, 123 minus 31, which gives you 92, is the measure of angle BXC. Next problem. If we have a bisector, if angle RWS is 37, the angle on the other side of the bisector, SWT, is 37, then the measure of angle RWT, that angle, is equal to 37 plus 37, so therefore that's equal to 74. In other words, the original angle has to be double the angle after you've divided it into two equal parts. Next problem. Now we have a problem that deals with algebraic expressions and the angle addition postulate for this diagram. So the angle addition postulate states that the measure of angle ADB, 3x minus 2, added with the measure of angle CDB, the angle adjacent to it, x plus 6 from the given information, is equal to the measure of angle ADC, this angle, which is given as equaling 120. So we just have to solve that equation. So we have, simplifying, 3x plus 1x is equal to 4x. Negative 2 plus 6 is equal to positive 4. If that equals 120, we continue to solve for x by subtracting 4 from each side, and we get 4 times x equals 116. We divide 116 by 4, or we divide each side of the equation by 4, and we get x equals 29. Now, once again, like any other question, you should check your answers. You don't just assume that you have the right answer. So we plug in x equals 29. And we have 3 times 29 is 87, minus 2 is 85. And 29 plus 6 is equal to 35. Those two angles add to equal 120. So that answer checks as well. And one more question. Using the angle addition postulate again, you have 5x and x plus 8, and the entire angle is now 10x minus 52. So 5x plus x plus 8 equals 10x minus 52. The two adjacent angles add to equal the angle formed by the exterior sides. Simplifying, we have 6x plus 8 equals 10x minus 52. We subtract 6x from each side of the equation. That gives us 4x over here on the right. We add 52 to each side of the equation. That gives you 60. You divide each side by 4, and you have x equals 15. And once again, like the previous problem, you can check your answer. Hope that helps.